How you doing, Facebook? So I wanted to give you some inspiration, some education today regarding diet. I was reading, you can go online and look this up, some statistics on how much food the average American eats in a lifetime. It's probably might surprise you. It surprised me. The average American consumes somewhere around 1,800 to 1,900 pounds of food in their lifetime, in a year. So call it a ton. Call it 2,000 pounds of food in a year. That's the average American's consumption of food. That's significantly higher than many other countries. So in a lifetime, the average American lives around 78 years. So if you do the math, it's north of 60 tons of food that an average American is going to consume in their lifetime. 60 tons. That's a whole lot of food. So we're consuming 60 tons of food. I get to do a lot of lecturing and talk to people about their health. I see lots of patients in the office, and it's kind of interesting because you have to consider, all right, so that's 60 tons of food. How is that going to affect you over the course of a lifetime? And I want you to look at it this way. I just want to give you some perspective today on that, because you can think you're making good food choices, and you may not be. So break it up this way. Let's say 2 out of every 3 meals a day are healthy for you. Maybe you're eating the right amount of greens, some fruits, some healthy meats, some great fats. You're really limiting the carbohydrates, and you're doing that 2 out of every meals a day. 2 out of every 3 meals a day are healthy for you. Maybe you're finding good organic foods. Like I said, you're doing the right thing 2 out of 3. Over the course of a lifetime, understand that means 40 tons of food are going to be healthy for you. The problem is that that means 20 full tons of food over the course of your lifetime. If 2 out of every 3 meals were healthy for you, 20 tons of food are going to be crap. They're going to be junk. They're not going to be good for you. How do you expect your body to work well when 1/3 of the food that you eat is unhealthy? It's not good for you. If you put this into some perspective, let's say you look at in a broad definition. There's so many things that aren't even food that are called food. So let's look at it from your car standpoint. If we can broadly say that your car runs off of chemicals, which it does, it runs off of petrochemical, gasoline or diesel. So unless you have an electric car. But let's say your car runs off of chemicals. And you say, well, if it runs off chemicals, I could put just any old chemical in it. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that to your car, so why would you do that to your body? So let's take it a little step further. Let's say that 2/3 of the time you put the right gasoline in there. Maybe you put premium fuel in your car 2 out of every 3 times it needs gasoline. Or 2/3 of your tank is filled with good fuel, and the other 1/3 you put bleach in there, or you put crude oil, or maybe you think that it just runs perfectly. It's a gasoline-powered car, but you put 1/3 of the tank you fill with diesel fuel. How long do you think that car is going to last? It's not going to last very long. You need to provide your body with the right fuel all of the time, or 99.9% of the time. Certainly not just 2/3 of the time. And let's face it, the average American, it's probably not even 2/3. It's probably less than 1/3 of their meals are healthy for them. So just something to help you keep some perspective about your dietary choices, because it's likely the number one thing that you can do to improve your health, or it's likely the number one thing that you're doing that is going to be a detriment to your health is your food choices. Whether we like it or not, the facts are, you go back to your grade school teacher who said you are what you eat. Factually, that's true. It's 100% the case. You can't build good cells out of Coca-Cola. You're just not going to do that. You're going to need to build, if you want good proteins, good healthy body, you're going to need to eat the right things to build your body. I'm not trying to lecture you. I'm just simply trying to inspire you that if you want to be healthy, if you want to look at your future, and you want that future to be fulfilled with, the things that you want to be doing, you want your body to work for you down the road, you have to choose now for your kids. If you're an adult, you have to choose now for them. And you have to choose now for you